G'day, in today's video I'm replacing the display on a Samsung Galaxy Tab A 10.5 inch with the model number SM-T595, also relevant for the model number T590s. This particular one I've taken out the SIM tray already and the SD card slot. So this is the 4G model or 3G model, and the reason why this one's here is with the old display it has done this, which is not very useful. As you can see down here, it's torn the connector off the screen. This was apparently done or replaced under warranty by Samsung many years back when it was new, and it has subsequently failed. The adhesive there is very weak, so I'm going to be replacing it and using some B7000 frame adhesive to stick it down. Now, I do not like Samsung's choice of plastic on here, as it's kind of got that old controller feel to it. So if you've used any like third-party PS2, PS3 controllers from back in the day, and they get that sticky kind of rubberiness to them, that's what's going on with this, which is not pleasant. It's granted it's not as wet, but the actual texture of it does not feel pleasant. So I hope that they don't really use this material in the future. That's for sure. There we go. Now I do believe there is a connector hidden somewhere around here. I'm just kind of pulling it back and pushing into it just to pry it up. Go around the side over here. There we go. Nope, it turns out this connector down here is running via this pin connector here. So we have one back cover, and this should be hopefully pretty straightforward to replace. I'll start off by disconnecting the battery up here. Just put my nail under there and flick it down. Next up, we want to disconnect the touch panel, which is located up the top here. So I would not recommend doing glass only replacement on this model, just due to their design. Unless you can use some ochre glue to stick down the screen onto a new glass, I would not recommend that. And next up here we have the LCD one, which if I fold this forward, this should just go through. Like that, cleared just fine. Keep folding. And we have one damaged connector over here. So that should not really come out like that. But in this particular instance, if I disconnect this cable, I should be able to feed the majority of that through, like so. So from there, I could connect up the new screen. To begin with, I want to go over and just scrape down this adhesive that's here. Well, that's not great in here. Just clean up some of the old residue. Granted, depending how new or old yours is, getting the screen out there will be a battle. I have had it on my blue heat pad here, but the adhesive has failed. So getting the glass out is going to be a hell of a lot harder for you than me. So sorry I couldn't really demonstrate how hard that should be. But sometimes the jobs are just like that. Sorry guys. But I will proceed onwards. This is scuffing up the glue, or scraping up the glue. Check that out, there we go. Whole bunch there. So I want to remove the majority of this, as this is the stuff that's failed. Or at least remove enough that I know that I can get it to stick without it falling out in 5 years' time. Go. Similar thing over here. Go. The way this is coming off, I feel like it's just been layered over, it's had fresh glue over the old glue. So it certainly feels like. There's a bit of mesh from the top here. I think we'll live without that for now. Going by the edge of it, it's not going to be too much of a concern. This side here seems to be a bit better. And strangely, there's more cleaning up here, or more time spent cleaning up here than I normally would, being that a factory screen would normally come out extremely clean. Especially going along there, and that glue that's folding up is a little bit ridiculous. This corner over here. That cable actually just came out for me. I'll put that aside. Put it up the top here one more time. I think that's about fine. So what I'm going to do now, as I've got a brilliant template already here, let's figure out how this connects up. So being that the screen fell out, it's ripped out the connector. Fold that up, pull it out of the way. This little latch flicks up, slides in to the white line, fold it down, that's locked into position. So now I'll put this adhesive back on here. I'm just looking around here, don't know what this white thing is. Now I'm just going to put a bead of B7000 frame adhesive all around the screen. Which is this stuff. And start at the bottom, work my way around. Do just need to be cautious at the top where the earpiece speaker is. Apart from that, it should be okay. Go, work that around. Keep going. Down here. Put a little bit here too. This is probably a little bit excessive for most, but being this one has already fallen out once before, more mounting points the better. I need to prep this. There we go, that will need to be fed through. That's over the bottom one. With the glue, it is a added risk of challenge. Could have almost put it on the screen, but oh well, you get that sometimes. Feed that through there. It looks like it should be going. There we go. Pull that connector through to make sure it's straight. Still not quite right. Still got more to pull through. There we go, now we're snug. Feed this through up here. There we go. Make sure it's nice and flush with the trim. Fold it over. I want to connect up the display, which is a matter of just putting the connector over the top, lining it up. Hopefully it lines up. Yep. And push. Clicked. Next up is up the top up here. Put the connector up, fold it over. Now there's two little holes on either side of it. You want to line them up to the metal barb to push them through the holes. Flick the lid, or the latch down, connection, put your battery back on. And I'm just going to let it sit on this heat pad here for just a little bit, just so that that glue starts to dry, or at least stiffen a little bit. And then from there, I'll put the back cover back on, and we're pretty much done. So now I'm happy with that. Move it face down. I'm just going to line this up over the top. I don't think I need to do a certain corner first. I may be wrong, but let's find out. So I'll put it over here and just pinch it. Actually, let's start this way. Go and pinch. Sadly, this normally makes a lot more clicking noises than what it is right now. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. And as I'm doing this, I'm making sure I'm pushing on the plastic trim or body, not the glass itself. You don't want to put too much pressure on the glass, as it may cause it to crack, especially when you're using a lot of force like this. There we go. And we're together. Next up from there, put the SIM tray back in and fire it up, and you should hopefully be all good to go from here. Hope that helps. And I'll catch you guys in another video. Bye.